Hello guys and welcome in a new video. In this video I'm going to talk about what is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a plant that has been used for hundreds of years in the Indian Ayurvedic medicine. It is an adaptogen, which means it helps the body maintain homeostasis by improving the capacity of dealing with stressors. So, why you should take ashwagandha? The benefits are mainly better sleep, lower stress, and higher testosterone. So, the mechanism by how ashwagandha boosts testosterone seems to be by lowering cortisol because when you have chronically high cortisol, then this can lead to a lower testosterone levels. Okay, so by basically uh, inhibiting partially cortisol, you can basically experience high levels of testosterone. The dosage can range from 120 milligrams to 5 grams a day. Okay, you have to experiment yourself because if you take too much ashwagandha for a long period of time, some people experience anhedonia or the blunting of emotions. So they feel like an emotional numbness. At the same time, maybe if you take too low of a dosage, the effect won't be as potent. Okay, so try and experience. Some people take around 500 milligrams, 600 milligrams, other take more, but you have to experience yourself. Let's start by saying how ashwagandha affects stress. I found this study that said an investigation into the stress relieving and pharmacological actions of an ashwagandha extract. So, first of all, let's see the graphic, which clearly shows the decrease in cortisol. So, from 14, the levels go down to 11, and at the same time, there is an increase in testosterone. It's not a big increase, but it's still an increase. In conclusion, the findings from this study support the positive anxiolytic effect of a novel ashwagandha extract, taken for 60 days at a dose of 240 milligrams daily. These results suggest the anxiolytic effects of ashwagandha in stressed adults may be associated with an attenuating effect on HPA axis activity and, in men, increased testosterone production. So, basically, what I was talking about, okay? So, there is this increase in testosterone that is due possibly to the lowering of cortisol. The next study is named Adaptogenic and Anxiolytic Effects of Ashwagandha Root Extract in Healthy Adults, a double blind, randomized, placebo controlled clinical study. Serum cortisol levels reduced with both ashwagandha 250 milligrams a day and ashwagandha 600 milligrams a day. Compared to placebo group participants, the participants receiving ashwagandha had significant improvement in sleep quality. Ashwagandha root aqueous extract was beneficial in reducing stress and anxiety. So another study which shows that ashwagandha has anxiolytic effects. Now let's talk about ashwagandha and sleep. In this study, effect of ashwagandha extract on sleep, a systemic review and meta-analysis. So we can see that the effects on sleep were more prominent in the subgroup of adults diagnosed with insomnia. Treatment dosage over or equal to 600 milligrams a day, and treatment duration around or more than 8 weeks. Ashwagandha extract was also found to improve mental alertness on rising and anxiety level, but no significant effect on quality of life. No serious side effects were reported. In conclusion, ashwagandha extract appears to has a beneficial effect in improving sleep in adults. However, data on the serious adverse effects of ashwagandha extract are limited, and more safety data would be needed to assess whether it would be safe for long-term use. Okay, so again, ashwagandha seems to improve sleep when you take around 600 milligrams or more. Uh, but as I said again, you have to experience yourself how well you tolerate this plant. The next study is called Clinical Evaluation of the Pharmacological Impact of Ashwagandha Root Extract on Sleep in Healthy Volunteers and Insomnia Patients, a double blind, randomized, parallel group, placebo controlled study. In conclusion, the present study confirms that ashwagandha root extract can improve sleep quality and can help in managing insomnia. Ashwagandha root extract was well tolerated by all the participants, irrespective of their health condition and age. Additional clinical trials are required to generalize the outcome. Finally, guys, I found other studies in which ashwagandha actually increases testosterone. So this study was named Effect of Standardized Root Extract of Ashwagandha on Well-Being and Sexual Performance in Adult Males, a randomized controlled trial. You can see here that the placebo group had 415 nanograms per deciliter. Meanwhile, at week 8, the placebo group had still more or less the same levels. If you see, the ashwagandha group had at the beginning 402 nanograms per deciliter, and there is an increase at 474. Okay. Also, what we can see is that there is a small decrease in prolactin in the ashwagandha group. Meanwhile, in the placebo group, there is an increase in prolactin. Ashwagandha probably has not a direct effect on prolactin, but maybe because there is a lower secretion of cortisol, as a consequence, there could be also a lower secretion of prolactin. It's a very small difference, of course, from 8.36 to 8.03, but there is still a decrease. Okay. So, in conclusion, the findings of this study support ashwagandha root extract's aphrodisiac effect on sexual well-being in adult men. The mechanism by which ashwagandha helps to improve male sexual health could be due to an increase in serum testosterone. Thus, the ashwagandha root extract may be utilized to aid in the enhancement of male sexual function. So, what I was talking about is basically that ashwagandha root extract may be lower cortisol and then, as a consequence, increase testosterone. Last, guys, another study is named Examining the Effect of Vitamina Somnifera Supplementation on Muscle Strength and Recovery, a randomized controlled trial. This study reports that ashwagandha supplementation is associated with significant increase in muscle mass and strength, and suggests that ashwagandha supplementation may be useful in conjunction with a resistance training program. I think that the increases in muscle mass and muscle strength are not related directly to ashwagandha. Maybe what happens is that by having lower cortisol levels, if the subjects were possibly very stressed, it would have been a bit easier to lose body fat and also to build muscle, because cortisol is very catabolic. So maybe by lowering cortisol, you have this increase in testosterone, and at the same time, there was possibly a decrease in cortisol that mean that there was a less catabolic state. I don't think that ashwagandha is responsible directly for the loss of body fat and at the same time for the increases in muscle mass. Okay, but it's still a good plant for lowering cortisol and increasing testosterone. In conclusion, experiment with yourself the dosage. You can start with lower dosage and increase a bit, but see if you feel too much serotonin in your body. For example, you feel too tired, sort of speaking, or you feel like you have blunted emotions, so sort of an emotional numbness. Please stop. You can also cycle ashwagandha for around 4 weeks, for example, and then stop it for 1 or 2 weeks. So it's up to you. You have to explain it yourself, but do not overdo it. So if you see any side effects, please stop. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.